Hello everyone, this is the second tarot review of with Talula of the day for me today. She is actually right here. She's just chewing on her little bone, so she's very happy. And actually we're doing Oracle deck reviews today because that's what I happen to have purchased a few months ago. And I've had some opportunity to work with the decks, and I'm very excited to share with you the decks themselves and the feelings that I have related to the decks. So the deck that I want to review in this video is the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And Jimmy Manton has done the illustrations. He also did the illustrations for Stacey DeMarco's decks, Goddesses and Sirens and Gods and Titans. He has a very unique and refreshing Oracle deck artwork that I definitely do find refreshing. It's definitely a different and unique. A lot of the imagery in our Oracle decks can be very, I guess, peaceful, soft, positive, and that's very beautiful. But I like that he brings more of a masculine touch to the imagery that he uses in his decks. I in no way find it that it detracts from my ability to read with the cards. I know some readers don't love his artwork, but that's why reviews are a great thing to watch when you're considering a deck, because you can see if it's worth purchasing it or not. So, let me just put my tea down. This is the beautiful box that the deck comes in. I'm actually keeping this box in the Quantian box. Let me just show you the inside. This is a royal purple color, whereas the Quantian was a soft pink, which I really, absolutely love about these decks. And I actually really love Alana Fairchild's teachings and her viewpoints. I think they're very beautiful and empowering, especially in opening up to, honoring, working with the sacred feminine within ourselves and within our atmosphere. So this is what the back of the cards look like. It has the sacred scarab. They are larger cards, so if this is a problem for you, be forewarned that they are larger cards. But as I've said in many of my Oracle reviews, I actually prefer larger cards for Oracle decks. I find it's very helpful, especially when it comes to meditating and doing ritual working with the cards, and as well as for daily draws too. So this is the guidebook that accompanies the deck. It is definitely thicker than the Quantian deck, the Quantian guidebook, excuse me. It is, let me just check, 220 pages. And let me just check for sure how many, and again, this is a 44 card deck. So let me just, she has an introduction section that's longer than the Quantian deck, but not too long. And she explains how to use the deck, what the purpose is, what Isis's message is for us. And then she has some really great card spreads in this deck. Besides just your basic 1 and 3 card spread, she has the Golden Son of Horus. I don't know if you can see that. It's extensive, and the questions that the card positions answer are very in-depth and very clear. So if this is possibly your first deck or one of your first decks, this is a great choice because these spreads will be easy to work with, but still very in-depth. And then there is the Wing of Isis spread. And then she talks about working with ritual and healing, because just like the Quantian deck, the card meanings, and I'm going to show those to you right now, do include rituals and different exercises to do for healing when you're working on certain issues. So you get a small reproduction of the image, then the kind of like key points. Then we have Isis or Osiris or one of them speaking. Then we go into kind of the divination meaning of the card, which is quite lengthy, which I really love. Lots of information and very in-depth. Then we have the ritual section, and it's much longer, most of the rituals in this deck than in the Kuan Yin deck. However, the Kuan Yin rituals are no less effective. Please don't think that I mean that. And then at the end, there is an incantational prayer that you can use in your rituals for each card. So very in-depth, really, really amazing guidebook. I cannot say enough about how cool this guidebook is. Okay, so I'm going to show you the images in the cards next. And I'm just going to divide the deck up to do that a little bit because I just want to show you that there are some different images in this deck. So of the 44 cards in the Isis Oracle deck, there are quite a few, as you can see here, that contain the kind of like sacred tools, sacred images of Isis, but don't contain Isis herself or Osiris in the image or Ra or anyone else. And I actually really like that. I think it's a great way to really get familiar and draw close to Isis's energy. So you can see here, past life, present power. There's the title and then, this small summary. There are no numbers in this deck, so the cards are listed in alphabetical order. Chariot of Ascension. So we've got sacred geometry in this deck. Enter the Chamber of Healing. Abundance of Sophis. Ancient Power Mysteries. Pyramid of Light. Life Restored. Again, Sacred Scarab is there. Soul Retrieval. Knot of Isis. Mother of Life. Temple of Lapis Lazuli. Pillar of Light. Cartouche. And Temple of Black Obsidian. So it just gives you an idea that there are some images without human beings or the goddess represented in a human form in the images, and I actually don't find that detracts from the message of the deck at all. Just a heads up for you. So let me show you some of my favorite images in this deck. Queen of Heaven of Isis in this deck. Eye of Horus. I really, really love the way that Manton made her look in this deck, and I actually don't like the way that he painted her in the Goddess and Sirens deck, but I love the way that she looks in this deck. Talismans of Potency. Truths Unveiled. She just is so full of Lady of the Stars, of beauty and amazing in this deck. Healing the Divine Masculine. There's Osiris. Magic and Ritual. Creating Sacred Practice. I love that one. Rising Sun. Divine Destiny. Serpent of Fire. And these aren't all the images. These are just some that I really, really love. The Dark Mysteries. Wings of Isis. Beautiful. Divine Guardian. I like Flower of Life. It's beautiful. Miracle of Isis. She's with Osiris again. Power over 7 Scorpions. And Key of Life. So, there's no border, which is really nice. You get that nice big image. I don't often use the incantations or prayers that are included with cards all the time, exactly as they're written in the books, because I like to adapt it for myself. But I have found great success with using her incantations. Alana Fairchild's obviously done a lot of research, and she really does love the sacred feminine and goddess energy, and you can tell that in her decks. They're very personal, beautiful, powerful decks. And one of the kind of really, really cool things for me is that Isis and Kuan Yin are 2 of 3 goddesses that I worship quite in depth and seriously. And I work with their energies a lot, and especially over the course of my pregnancy. I've really been working with their energies and drawing a lot of strength and healing from their energies as well. So I love that I now have 2 decks that are completely dedicated to them and that are beautifully done and beautifully worked. And I cannot recommend this deck highly enough. Just, it's okay. Just like the Kuan Yin deck, I love both of these decks. And I think you get a great balance of the sacred feminine in her compassionate, loving side, and then her complete mothering, all-powerful, magical side as well. So you get both of these in these decks. So I'd really recommend purchasing both of the decks, especially if you're exploring the sacred feminine in your life. But again, definitely, the Isis Oracle is highly recommended by me. I absolutely love it, and I do use it for daily draws on my Facebook page quite a bit lately. I have been, and I'm absolutely loving that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the Isis Oracle deck, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.